Well, good morning, and here I am. I decided to come back. I just want to say thank you to all of you who posted comments. I got some wonderful messages, DMs last night, and I'm just incredibly grateful for the feedback that I've gotten to know I am not alone in this. Right? It's a beautiful thing to know that you're not alone in something that you're experiencing. And I tell you what I loved about some of the messages in particular that I got are some of my friends who are owning businesses about some of the work that they are doing. And I am pumped for all of you. I am pumped for all of you. I am excited to see what the Lord continues to do through people like us. And I love hearing about that. And then there's some people that I know feel like they're just don't even quite know where to begin, how to start, and things like that. When it comes to money and sort of gaining wealth and how to even come around money, I'm not really afraid of it, but I'm not in a good spot. I get that too. So I am looking forward to connecting with many of you over the next few weeks as we have time to do that, and just talking and telling our stories and sharing ideas. The one thing I do want to do is have a 10-minute timer, because I do believe I don't have anything more to say that's longer than 10 minutes. So I'm going to start the timer, and when the timer goes off, I'm just going to stop. And wherever we need to pick that up, I'll post that tomorrow. And so I've just decided last night I was looking over this and I'm like, there's so many good things. What have I done? You know what? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. So I'm just going to start at the beginning. So I'm starting by setting my timer. So whenever that goes off, I'm going to be finished. So I'm just going to start at the beginning a little bit. I'm not going to read the whole book, right? I'm not going to stand here and read to you, but I am going to sort of read a highlight and then talk about that a bit, and we'll just see where it goes from there. So I'm just going to sort of start at the beginning on page 3. So maybe you're listening to this, maybe you even bought it, maybe you don't care, and you're just here to sort of watch and take it all in, and that's fine too. But on page 3, here's some of the sentences, right? And I'm going to read a bit of a story. Don't be embarrassed that you want more money. You can be very happy with your life and grateful for its many blessings while simultaneously wanting more. Isn't that good news? You can be very happy with your life, grateful for its many blessings, and simultaneously desiring more. That doesn't make you an ungrateful, whiny person. So you would like more money? Just say yes. I would like more money now than I have. I just want more money, right? Not only do I think you want more money, I hope you want more money. The more money you want, the more money you will be willing to work and produce for me and for countless other people. The more money you want, the more money you will be willing to work and produce for me and countless amounts of people. So he goes on and he tells the story of a Jewish sage named Ben Zoma. And he tells this story, and he says it so perfectly. I don't really want to put words in his mouth, but just think about Adam, right? After the fall, he says, think what Adam had to endure just to eat bread. He plowed, he planted, he reaped, he bound the sheaves, he threshed, he winnowed, he ground the ears, sifted the flour, then kneaded, baked, and at last he ate. Whereas I get up each morning and I find all these things done for me. That is absolutely right. This is where community happens, right? So think about this, right? So when I was finishing this basement early last spring, a year ago, and I was the project manager for it, and so we ordered the 2x4s, and I knew which parts we wanted to delegate. We've done this enough times. We know what we like to do and what we don't like to do. My dad, bless his heart, is amazing, so he came in and helped us do the framing, and then we hired our plumber to come in and do the plumbing. We hired our HVAC company that we love to come in and do our HVAC, and then we hired, and then we did the wiring, and then we hired this amazing drywall company to come in and just so beautifully do our walls and put all that up. And then we came back, we did the painting, all the things, right? Think about things. Just look at this room I'm in. Nothing in this room existed that somebody didn't sell to me. And I wanted it. Somebody had to take that picture, old picture of downtown Des Moines, Iowa, my dad and my son made this door down there, but I bought the hinge, right? Like, look, everything in this room. Somebody took pictures for me. I paid them. I paid somebody to develop those pictures, right? Somebody made the canvas. Somebody made all these things. Have you ever just sit right now where you're at and think about everything you see, pretty much, God made, well, not pretty much, everything. Either God made it or man made it. And if man made it, they sold it. I want some of that. Because like he said, the more money you want, the more money you will be willing to work and produce for me and for countless other people. This is God's economy. This is how he made. He did not make us to not need one another. I mean, think of trees, right? There are root systems like aspen trees, root systems that are, I believe it's the aspen tree, that are shallow, but they're all connected together underground, and it's what gives them their strength. Aspen trees on their alone cannot stand. It's in nature. It's the way God made things. He did not make us to survive alone. We need one another's gifts, right? Your gift and my gift is completely different, and that is the way it's made. We're meant to be gloriously unequal. We're meant to I just realized I might have said a buzzword, and again, this is one of the reasons I was afraid to do this, but I'm going to keep going. I just believe that all of us bring gifts to the table, right? And when I say gloriously unequal, that's what I mean. Like, we all have gifts and talents, and that's what makes us wonderful. And so I love that, because we're willing to do things for one another and work for one another. And he also goes on to say things like, gaining wealth is about increasing your wisdom. The wonderful thing about learning how to make money is that it inevitably does teach you how to improve your relationships with other people. 100% agree. I have deeper, more relationships with more people, and that has led to, one of the outcomes of that has been more money. Now, that's not why I did it, but it certainly helps. I mean, we have this dance, right, of running a business that we want to serve others and meet a demand, right? Like, if I'm going to run a business, it needs to serve a pain point for somebody else, right? If I can relieve some pain and solve a problem, I'm going to have a business, right? I'm going to have a business. So the other thing that I was thinking about is just the way, okay, in the New Testament it talks about we can't put old wine, a new wine into an old wineskin. And I think when it comes to our money story and the things we've heard, when we have new thoughts and we want to pursue new ideas about whatever it is, about money, about an occupation, about a calling, about whatever it might be, that new thing, the new way you're wanting to think about money might not fit into the old wineskin. It's going to burst. And we need a new wineskin, right? There's a term that Christians use called being born again, right? We're born again, not just once, but over and over and over again. And maybe something inside of you is being birthed right now. And God is growing it. You know it, right? Like, I remember being pregnant, and I was the only one that knew. For a brief amount of time, I was the only person that knew. God, something is happening inside of me. I had no proof externally, except for a pregnancy test, right? But I knew, as time went on, like, evidence will show that I am pregnant. And sure enough, the evidence followed, but it started inside. And I think there is a gestation period that we have when something is inside of us, and it just takes a thought. It just takes an idea. It just takes a word to form a business. I mean, I remember, right, my friend Christina that I met, it was one person who changed what I thought and what I did with my time in my life, and 10 years later, I'm still working in that organization, right? Like, I didn't know that was going to happen. It was amazing. One conversation, one moment. So this is the thing that I want, maybe I'm not going to give homework. Oh, no, maybe I will give homework. So here's the deal. If we want to get better at anything, if we want to get better at something, what do we need to do? We need to learn, understand, and practice. Learn, understand, and practice. So we're going to do that together, right? We're going to learn some things, but how do we practice it? So here's something you might want to do. If you're a journaler or a writer, or if you want to use a recorder on your phone, that's a great idea. Here's what I want you to think about. I was at something this weekend. I've heard somebody do this, and they just sat there and asked a person, and they said, finish the sentence. Money is, money is, money is, money is, money is, money is. And you finish that sentence over and over and over and over again. What if you did that? What if this is the first sort of learning that we're going to do together as we sit down and we write out, what is money? Maybe do it with somebody that you know. Maybe do it with your kids. Write it down. And don't stop writing for 2 minutes. If you're writing 2 minutes, just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. If you're talking, talk for 2 minutes. And see what money is. Because there's things that just sort of flow out of our subconscious, right? Like the things that we don't even really know that are there. I wonder what money is to you. I wonder what might be being birthed inside of you. Because like he says, it's not bad to want more money. I hope you want more money, because then guess what? It helps us all. It helps everyone. That's not a bad desire. Now, if it's rooted in greed and, okay, and we'll get to some of that stuff later, right? We'll get to some of the things about that later. There's my timer. And I think this is the perfect place to stop. And I am going to pray. Lord, I thank you that you put dreams in us. I even think today you could be birthing something in us. There could be a person we could meet at a coffee shop or on a Zoom call because we choose to say hello or be kind or whatever. Thank you for the surprises that you want to give us. And thank you that you are good and that you want to give us some new wineskins. I pray that could be so in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, well, this is day 1. And I'm so glad you're here. And we'll just keep on the journey.